So sometimes it takes such a hard push, right of center to bring things back. But the reality is that's where things need to be. So I'm okay with applying the public pressure and not being the cheerleader, even if that means not necessarily being popular. That's never been my objective. My objective is I have a family that, I'm raising in this province. This is my home. And I intend to do now whatever I can to make sure that this is some place that she can grow up in, be proud of, and have the same opportunities that this province has blessed me with. And if we keep going on the trajectory that we are, that is indeed not going to happen. So I stepped up to the plate, got involved. Why? Not for me, for her, right? And for your children, your grandchildren. It's for the next generation. And so I'm challenging each and every one of you to do exactly the same thing. Get involved. Go get that UCP membership. It's $10. And then go get yourself a UCP AGM ticket. It is 2 days. And if you have to, pick one. Show up on November 2nd in Red Deer. Cast your ballots for the policies that matter most to you. We're going to be reviewing those here shortly and helping people kind of narrow down what we think are good policies worthy of voting for. That doesn't mean you have to vote for them. What I'm asking for your support on is those 5 policies that I just highlighted. And then after that, we're going to take a look at them. We're going to say, okay, which ones do we want to support? Which ones are, the highest priority today? And then the rest we can deal with on another day, right? In another year. So that is pretty much all I have to kind of offer tonight. And again, just put it out there and let people know whether or not they have any questions that they might have. We've got a few here. What does 1905 need to see from the UCP? I think I've touched on that a little bit. I think stop propagating the lies like net zero. I don't think they belong in the same paragraph, let alone the same sentence. It's a lie in my opinion, and I think Danielle Smith knows it's a lie. Can we do things better for the environment? Absolutely. Should we? Absolutely. But the reality is net zero is not scientific. There is no science to indicate that we have a problem with carbon dioxide. There is not a pollutant, and that's one. And then we haven't even really mentioned that. But the reality is, the APP, one of her ministers had said when the APP, Pierre Poilievre is elected, the APP goes away. One of her ministers is quoted as having said that to a small group, very well aware, it came from a very reliable source. Whatever happens in Ottawa is irrelevant to what happens here provincially in this province. I am so tired of the UCP, and this is one of the reasons why, even for me, I was disqualified, was because I don't know how you could not support, the comment was, our federal counterparts in Ottawa, the Conservative Party of Canada. And I went, wait a minute, we were doing it on a shoestring budget, and unfortunately, you can only reach so many people because we don't have the mass media's attention, but that needs to happen. And, it's not just about, because Danielle Smith said so. We have to have the numbers, and I was able to prove to people, I had people who showed up at my meetings in masks and were NDP union and left going, yeah, I don't trust Danielle Smith, but I have to agree, this is the best thing for Alberta and for Albertans, was an Alberta Pension Plan. I took that as a huge win. I'm like, awesome, thank you, right? It's like, I don't trust the government either. It doesn't matter who it is at the helm. I don't care about the leadership. I care about the policies. I care about the actions that are taking, and I care about Alberta. That's my priority, is putting Alberta first. So it is a matter of making sure that we do continue to push back on Ottawa to get the best deal for Alberta, that constitutional convention, working with our provinces to make sure that we are flat tax. How about you just do what you said you were going to do and reduce taxes? Make life a little more affordable here for everybody right now, today. That's something that you can do. There's no reason not to. So if it means you have to cut somewhere else, if it means you have to adjust your revenue projections, well, then do that, Danielle. I'm sorry, but a promise made must be a promise kept. And this one is very time sensitive and critical. There are people that literally are lining up at food banks that don't need to be doing so. So for me, those are some of the ones that could be done, and could be done right away. Leadership accountability. So these are all things that need to happen, promises that were made that people are going to hold you to, and or you risk losing their support. And I mean, you have a very strong support base. Don't give them a reason to look elsewhere. Do what you say you're going to do, and you'll have that support. So getting involved, you can contact us at info at 1905 committee. And if you want to get involved, want to help, there's always people that need to be called. You can help going door to door if you want, just throwing out some flyers. The best way you can get involved is just speak to your family and friends.